and organizing. Sir, always we are so happy to be in association with you. And ma'am, we too want to continue with your session, and we are very much eagerly waiting for your words that are to be occurring from your mouth, and all the golden words which are waiting to all of us. Ma'am, everybody, put a big round of applause and welcome. Let us join our hands together to welcome today's chief guest, Dr. Shakila, professor from the Department of Psychology. So it is very good topic, that is mobile phone addiction and mental health, which should be nowadays everything will be, the technology is on phones, but how far we can use and how far we should avoid. Okay, this is a very big question mark, and let us listen from ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being on this platform, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamta Alaparthi, for introducing me on this platform. Myself, Shakila Azim, express my heartiest gratitude to the organizing committee and the principal of St.Theresa College, Ms. De Mello. It's a great opportunity to express my views from this platform. I'm really very happy, and thanks to Spectrum Solution, Mr. Roshan Kumar Singh. He mediated, and today I am here with his help. A very good afternoon to all of you. Now I will start my presentation, and then after I express my views about a smartphone and its addiction. Previously, we know the addiction refers to the drug and the alcohol, the brown sugar, the marijuana, and many other things. But these days, researchers found there is a new type of addiction in our society in 21st century, and that is called mobile addiction, a smartphone and Android phone addiction. We all are exposed to this screen addiction. So Roshan, can I share my screen to you people? Okay.
Yes, of course, ma'am. You can do.
Yes, I want to present it.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes, is it? I want to share this font file. Okay, you can see the first slide. A smartphone addiction, and we can say the Android phone addiction, the screen addiction, the mobile phone addiction, and mental health. I'm a student of psychology, so it is very important for the students of psychology to make the people mentally healthy. These days, there are so many complaints against the mental health. Due to the rapid movement towards the modernity and rapid adoption of different gadgets, due to the necessity of the society, we all are using these types of gadgets. You can see a person having mobile in his hand, and chained and locked by a very strong lock. The picture shows the oldest phone in the slide, and the journey is now the 7G generation 7 phone we are using these days. Not in India, in Angola and South African countries are these days using this type of mobile, this generation of mobile. In our country, there is generation 5 is now in our use. Can I shift to the second slide,
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Roshan?
Yes, yes, sir. Of course, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. You can do.
Is it visible now?
It is visible.
And my voice is also clear?
Yes, yes.
Because I can't see anything from my side. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. I just shift the second slide. Components of this talk. First, I want to discuss with you and the audience, very honorable audience is here. All the students are here, and the students are the pillar of the nation for future.
Sandeep?
Mental health. It is very important these days. And WHO defined the definition which is given by WHO is very common and global for describing the mental health. What is it? Mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. This is a global definition. If we analyze this definition of WHO about mental health, we will find there are three main components in this definition. First is mentally healthy people must be emotional well-being, must be psychological well-being, and must be social well-being. So it is necessary for mentally healthy people have a very healthy emotional, psychological, and social condition. And now I will talk, we will discuss on this later on. And now, phone or a smartphone or Android phone addiction. What is addiction? Healthline defines it. The addiction is the state of being enslaved to a habit or practice which we do regularly. So this is called, on the other hand, we can say when we become dependent on something and feel the life become very tough and can't survive without the particular thing is called addiction. Previously, the word addiction refers only to those who have compulsive need for a particular substance such as alcohol and drugs. It is only concerned with drugs and alcohol and many other sedative things, the tranquilizer, the marijuana, the brown sugar, and the cocaine. These things are related with addiction. But now, studies found that mobile phones addiction is also these days seen in human life. And it is coming just like a tsunami in our life. It disturbs our daily life. It disturbs the performance of a student. It disturbs the concentration level of a student. We all belong to teaching community, and it is very harmful for our teaching community to make the students and to make a product from the college campus fully equipped according to their potential. It is very challenging for us, for all the teachers. Sometimes they uses the phone very much, and they don't have perception what time they expend on this gadget. So it is very important to read on these activities. And further, I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of mobile. We are surviving in the 21st century, and 21st century is largest growing and fastest growing technology is the mobile phone technology. We are talking. So during talk, I want to share some historical background of mobile phone and the development of mobile phone. History says the 1800s is the era of mobile phone development. In 1875, Graham Bell invented, a Scottish inventor. He was a Scottish scientist, and he invented the telephone. In 1875, the first phone was made in Boston. And 10th March 1876, to his assistant, he made the first call to his assistant, Thomas Watson. Some other scientists are also known as the inventor of telephone. Elisha Gray, the American scientist, Antonio Meucci, the Italian scientist. But we know that Alexander Graham Bell because he patents that invention. And first call he made by him. One thing, a story I saw during my research on this paper, and I found a very beautiful thing, and that I want to share with you people. Have you ever think about that? Why when we receive a phone call, we greet with hello. This hello have a story. Graham Bell's girlfriend, she was known as Margaret Hello, and that hello is still in our life, and whenever we receive a call, we greet with hello. Isn't it a beautiful story?
Yes, yes, of course.
I like this, so I shared with you. Now, proceed. I put the picture, evolution of human being, from apes to computer man. You can see in this slide. Just like that, in the field of mobile phone or telephone or Android phone and a smartphone, just like that, the same revolutionary process occurred. It is very amazing. Gradually and slowly, now we are using the Generation 7 phone, not in India, and I repeat it, in the African countries, Angola and others. In this slide, a picture of a man with many cellular phones. Martin Cooper.
Sandeep?
In 1973, first cellular phone invented by this great man.
हम दिख रहे हैं लोगों को नहीं दिख रहे हैं
In 1973.
इसमें नहीं आ रहा
In India, in 1995, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mr. Jyoti Basu, made the first mobile phone call to Union Telecom Minister Sukhramji.
क्लोज करेंगे सब कुछ ना क्लोज होगा
It's a great achievement of India and a giant leap also in the field of cellular phone. After 16 years later, 4G services were launched in Kolkata in 2012. Today we can see the daily worker, vegetable vendor, students, all types of students, executives and ministers, everyone is using the cellular phone very frequently in their daily life and they are enjoying their life. Enjoying the various types of social media platforms just as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I think they are a part of battle, social battle with this gadget. You can see the picture, cellular phone, how the young people are weird and wired with the smart gadgets. We can see very easily, we can say very easily, the most friendly technology in 21st century is the cellular phone. This technology is not only capable of transferring the voice data, it is also able to transfer other types of data, including emails, pictures, videos, exposure with various types of applications such as FB, Twitter, Instagram, online banking, money transfer. So many things are going on and we all are enjoying these facilities with this gadget. But one more picture I put in this slide, and this is, my cursor is here. A tower, mobile tower, and a ring-like thing that is called radiation. And this radiation is actually very harmful for the human being, for the animals, for the birds also. The data explains this is a very alarming thing. In our state, Bihar, a sparrow is in trouble. We can't see the daily life bird sparrow easily just because of the researchers found these mobile towers are very harmful in their survival and their fertility. Their story begins with this tower. Now, in the next slide, I will share some statistical data about mobile phone. Roshan, is everything clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's very clear.
Okay. Statistical data about your mobile phone and some facts about smartphones. Market research firm Tech ARC India had found 50.2 million smartphones users as of December 2019, which means over 77% of Indians are now accessing wireless broadband through smartphones January 30, 2020. 2020, 84% of UK adults own a smartphone. In 2019, 72% of mobile connections are 4G, up from 66% in 2018. You can see how fast it is growing. 7.1 billion smartphones have been produced since 2007, 17 March 17. 58% of smartphone users don't go 1 hour without checking their phones. 70% of having lack of interest in sexual behavior due to mobile addiction. Telenova, 2011. It's a research. 73% say that they become panicked when they lost their phone. 81% of people said they keep their phones near them almost all the time during walking period. 72% of people said that they rarely more than 5 feet away from their handset at any time. 28% of 18 to 34 years. It is a research, but I disagree with this. Not only the 34 years, I think the 50 and 55 and 60 years old people are also check the Facebook before leaving the bed. 56% Americans admit to use their phone in the toilet, in a very private place. 47% teenagers says their social lives would end without text messages. This is the data which I gather from different research papers and internet and talking with my students. Now I will share some facts about smartphones. Mobile phone has more computing power than the computers used for the Apollo 11 moon landing. It is very fast and very accurate processing system inside the mobile phone.
Sandeep?
Mobile phones have 18 times more bacteria than toilet handles. This is also a fact. Bacterial infection is also possible by using excessive use of this mobile gadget. In Japan, 90% of mobile phones are waterproof because youngsters use them even in the shower. When they are in bathroom, they are using. So they made the mobile phone waterproof.
Okay.
Mobile phone radiation can cause insomnia, the lack of sleep, disturbed sleep pattern, headache, and confusion. These are the facts. The average person unlocks his or has a smartphone 110 times each day. It's average. So it is very alarming. This technology is very useful. No one can deny with this fact, but it is also very harmful for us and for our young generation. But very rapidly, the young generation is using the mobile phone, the smart gadgets in their life. And without thinking, it is harmful also. Without any hesitation, they are using it. Now I will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of mobile phone. I want to say a smartphone has impacted almost all walk of human life. The prominent areas where impacts of a smartphone are obvious include business, education, health, and social life. We can't deny everything, all aspects of life, human life is affected and concerned with this gadget. Mobile technology has drastically changed the cultural norms also and the individual's behavior also. October 11, 2017, it's a research and it's a fact. It affects the cultural norms and value, affected the cultural norms and values, so on the behavior also. Now, advantages of cell phone and a smart gadget. First of all, I want to say, by the gadget, many of our students today connected with this virtual meeting by their mobile phones. We can't deny the positive aspect of this gadget, smartphones. With the Google Meet, the Zoom Meet, the Cisco WebEx, and many others are there. Go on, and many others gadgets which can only use by the mobile and laptop and connect the people across the boundaries. We are sitting far away from each other and we are just using a mobile gadget and sitting on a same platform and listening each other and sharing the views and ideas. After coronavirus, this is the way via this we are connected with each other. Cell phone now the advantages. Cell phone offers you another layer of personal safety, exclusively for girls. I want to say, when they go out from the house, the mother's question is, you take the mobile phone in your bag, the battery is charged, because of the safety. So the mobile phone provides us the higher layer of safety. We all accept this. Provide fast access to the internet. It is also very important in our life. It provides the internet connectivity very fast, and we can gather knowledge very quickly. The third point is cell phones stores our datas, just like photos, videos, and our PDFs and documents and Aadhaar card. It is linked with Aadhaar card. It is linked with PAN card. It is linked with our banking. It is linked with our accounts and so many accounts. So it is very important now. It helps us in gathering information. Many times I say, this is portable, highly portable thing. You can take a small and slim mobile and you can carry it very easily. User friendly. Everyone can use it with a very small training. With someone tells you do this, put this button and press this button, and you can use easily. So I can easily say it is very user friendly. After March 2020, a smartphone became the necessity of life. In the corona period, during the Corona period, all the virtual classes, all the virtual meetings are handled by these smart gadgets. Smartphone use increased. Online classes were going on. I repeated it. I am repeating this. We are using different meeting apps also. Previously, I said that online shopping, online bill payments, phones spread the informations quickly, very quickly. If we want to spread anything, we can text the messages, we can use the WhatsApp, the Telegram, the Facebook by this gadget, and many other use of this gadget these days in our life. No one can deny the utility of this mobile. It's the necessity of today's life. I can say these days mobile phones have become our social identity. Now I will discuss on the disadvantages of mobile phone. Increases our stress level. Increases risk of illness in your immune system. Increases risk of chronic pain. Increases risk of vision problems, mental disorder, headache, hearing problems, psychological problems, lack of concentration, wastage of time. People just have a mobile in his hand and is scrolling on the Facebook just like randomly and wasting the time, and he loses the perception of time. Decreases the decision-making power also. Social isolation. Decreases brain connectivity. Cyberbullying. Sleeping disorder. Social anxiety. Depression. Obsessive-compulsive disorder. These are the disadvantages of mobile phone. And we can't deny this all happens. Not only the researchers are saying, but the users are also accepting. They are facing these things in their daily life. Now I will move to the next slide. What happens in the brain when we use mobile phone unrestrictedly? EEG alters. EEG means the electroencephalograph in the brain. It alters. That is why we found the sleep disorder, the sleeping pattern disorder, and many other problems which is related with EEG, electroencephalograph alteration. Many problems we found in our new generation if we check them. Cognitive functions. We take the mobile in our right hand and keep near the ear, the temporal lobe of the brain. The antenna is very near to the temporal lobe. When the right side temporal lobe, and if we keep the mobile in left hand, it is exposure. It makes the exposure to left side temporal lobe. In each and every hemisphere of brain, there are two hemispheres, left and right and left. 4 lobes are there. Frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. Frontal lobe is known as cognitive functions. When it exposed by the antenna, by the radiation of antenna, by the radiation of Wi-Fi and many other internet devices, it altered the emotional way, the cognitive way, the cognitive part of the brain. The temporal lobe, it hampers the hearing capacity. When we see the blue light in our mobile, there are so many colors in the mobile, but the blue light is very harmful for the eyes of the teenagers, the older people, the middle-aged people. I can see the all users, when they become exposed with the blue light, it is very harmful. It makes the brain altered, and it hampers the thinking capacity of human being. And it stops releasing a sleep hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is nature's way of helping us wind down and prepare for bed. So the blue rays or blue color of a screen is very much harmful for us, and it blurs the thinking process, and it blurs the sleep patterns also. It also affects the brain metabolism, the function of brain, highly altered by the radiation and Wi-Fi connections, also. It affects the attention capacity of human being. Lack of attention, distracted attention, or no attention makes the person socially isolated. So I can say everything, many of things in the life of human being disrupted by this mobile use, frequent mobile use. And it is just like an addiction it becomes. Once you keep a mobile in your hand, you don't have any awareness how much time you spend on this. Cell phone radiation's biological effect, I will share with you, damage DNA. The wirely.com says DNA damages the DNA, altered brain waves, alpha, beta, gamma, these are the waves of the brain, they all altered by this mobile radiation. It alters the brain chemistry also. That is the gray matter, and gray matter affected by the radiation. In detail, you can search on the internet. Disrupt brain activity also. So the addiction or excessive use of a smartphone disrupts the activity. So it makes the brain lazy brain person. The thinking process, the blankness in the mind, very much blurred images in the mind, the cognitive person damaged by this, and solution and problem solution become very tough sometimes by excessive use of this gadget. Heart, heat brain and head tissues. It heats the brain tissues and head tissues. Reverse cell polarity, cell polarity. It is very harmful. You can see biologically and socially and psychologically, emotionally, we hampered and damaged by this, by the excessive use of mobile phone. Now in this, what is addiction? I want to more clearance about addiction. The brain pleasure center, brain is the pleasure center, brain wiring system. It affects the brain wiring system, brain messenger system, neurotransmitters also, synaptic connections also hampered by this mobile, and dopamine. It is a relaxation secretion. It is also altered by the excessive use of mobile phones. You can see in this picture the child showing tantrum with his parent. I don't want to leave the mobile phone. This is the general symptom in general complication and genuine complaint from the new mothers and new parents by the new parents. They all reports very much addictive with the mobile phones. It's a training problem. When the new mother wants to sleep, they hand over their mobile to their kids and take a nap. And when they want to keep away their child from the mobile, they snatch the mobile from their hands. This is not good. Make a pattern in your family and follow the rules. Become a model for your child. Then after, you expect the child will grow properly. Now in this slide, I think it is the 8th slide. Report, there is a report, an increase in brain metabolism. The first you see this picture, EEG altered, cognitive function altered, melatonin secretion altered, here the heart rate, blood pressure altered, the male reproductive system, sperm motility, viability, morphology, OS, DNA, all are affected by this thing. Overall, the man is fatigued, burning near ear, headache, numbness, tingling in the ear, and lack of tingling concentration. This is very much tough to cope with this gadget, but it is the necessity of time. I can't say, we can't deny. The National Institute of Health in the US, there are some reports I mentioned in this slide, an increase in brain metabolism as a result of use of mobile phone. Brain metabolism, previously I mentioned it and said you. It's a report of National Institute of Health in the US. High sugar use in the brain, a sign of increased activity after 50-minute use of mobile phone. It also slowing down our thinking process. This institute making research on adult people. You can think how these things work on a child's brain. Regions in the brain known as gray matter showed changes in size and shape for people with social media addiction, according to a study published in journal Addictive Behavior. Gray matter is also shrinked. The brain size also shrinked by the use by gray matter control a person's emotions, speech, sight, hearing, memory, and self-control. Other studies have reported similar brain alteration due to the drug usage. When a person who is drug addict, there is in his brain also the same changes occurs. The audience now think why ma'am is talking about the brain and sinful relation frequently. So I want to express and I want to share my views here. Everyone knows the excessive use of mobile phone will hurt the eyesight, will hurt the concentration level. It exploits the time, but no one knows what is going on inside the brain. No one think about that. They have the internet facility, but they never search what is going on in the brain. What is happening in the brain? All the major parts of brain, either it is frontal lobe, parietal lobe, and temporal lobe or occipital lobe, all are affected by this gadget. So my work is to aware you people, aware the students of St.Theresa College or any person who is attending the webinar, attending this talk, make them aware what is going inside the brain. It will bring a very sudden and frequent breakdown in your life. So please listen very cautiously. Mobile phones are useful. It connects you socially, mentally, and educationally. But the excessive use of mobile phone is very harmful for your body, for your brain. Now, I will want to share. Am I visible and audible, Roshan?
Yeah, yes. Yes, ma'am. You are
Yes,
audible.
ma'am, you are.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, thank you. Cell phone by our head. The electromagnetic fields can penetrate up to 6 mm inside the brain. It is very important. Listen and follow how you make a plan, how you reduce the use of mobile phone. Only the important works you do and keep away the mobile phone from your body and brain. Nerve innervating the eyes and ears may also be exposed to cell phone radiation. Some cell phone users have reported blurred vision, difficulty concentrating, ringing in the ears. These days, many of corporate workers, engineers are reporting tinnitus in their ear. They think there are some ENT problem, but when they consult to doctor, there is nothing like that. But I think when they go through the MRI or a scanning, they will find there is some damage in their temporal lobe or hearing nerves. I think so. Scientists have reported adverse health effects of using mobile phone, including changes in brain activity. Many times I repeated this. Reaction time, it is very important for human being. If you are human being, if you are alert, if you are attentive, many times in the classroom, during this virtual meeting also, attention is a very, very important part. And if we lose the reaction time, if the reaction time of a person increases, what will happen in the life? He can't cope with the classroom. He can't cope with the daily life. So reaction time is also affected by the mobile phone. And now, sensory reaction time, there is muscular reaction time, and sensory and muscular, both the functions are involved in our cellular phone use. Now, cell phone usage badly affected mental health of adolescents. It's a research of Healthline website. And then look, and how we dress, the person is anxious, the person shows the anxiousness, the boy, the adolescent shows, the girl, adolescent shows the anxiousness, depressed and angry, or sometimes commit suicide also. This is the extreme outcome of the excessive mobile phone. The suicidal rate is increasing in this era. Some studies also show a relation to cell phone addiction and physiological health. February 4, 2019. There is a paper I saw. These researchers are, and I found this the medium.com. Now I will shift to the next. Here a picture I show you. This is the recipe. It is picked by from internet, and this is danger. What's inside your mobile? Everyone knows. Here, engineering college engineering students are also joined in this. Also joined the webinar, and they all know what is inside the mobile. What is the recipe? What is the gradient of the mobile phone? Cadmium, Calton, mercury, beryllium, lead. Beryllium and lead. There are 5 components very much dangerous for human being. 4 is exclusively connected with the development of, proper development of human being, from death with animals. Cadmium, if we consume long period of time, can lead to kidney disease, and cause bones to become weaker. It crushes the calcium formation in the body. Large amount of cadmium can damage the kidney, liver, and heart, and in severe cases may cause death. Without any reason, the person died due to the excessive use of cadmium, and it is a main gradient of our mobile phone. Lead attacks the brain and central nervous system to cause coma, convulsions, and even death. Children who survive severe lead poisoning may be left with mental retardation and behavioral disorders. So it is also alarming for the pregnant woman. They don't use excessive use. They avoid the excessive use of mobile phones because lead can harm their kids in their abdomen. in their womb. It attacks the brain and the central nervous system, who controls the human body, human actions, human behaviors. Causes coma, convulsions, the convulsion hysteria, athan, that is called in Hindi, in our language, in the Bihari language, and even death. Lead causes it. Now, beryllium may also affect such organs as the liver, kidney, heart, nervous system, and other sympathetic systems. There is no need of elaboration because these all gradients inside the mobile we are taking, we are having in our surrounding and using frequently, day and night. Symptoms include tremors, insomnia, memory loss, neuromuscular effects, headaches, and cognitive and motor dysfunctions due to mercury. This is also the gradient of our mobile phone, and we all are unaware about these losses due to the excessive use of mobile phone. Okay, and Calton is also a very important gradient of our mobile smartphone, and it is very much harmful for the animals. Mountain gorillas are highly affected by this. It means it disturbs the ecology of the earth. Every good thing, when abused, can be harmful. So is mobile phone. So we must rid on the use of mobile phones. Now I will discuss some social and behavioral problems due to mobile phone. Loss of control. When we see, I'm teaching in a girls' college, and every day I saw many of the students are hiding themselves with their mobile phone in a corner of college and talking with the people. They can't control. The teacher will see I'm violating the rule of college, but they are doing over their behavior. Their behaviors are not under their control. So this is the social and behavioral loss due to the mobile. Persistence are having real difficulty limiting the behavior. They can't limit their behavior. It is persistent now in their life. They don't have tolerance to need to engage in the behavior more often to get the same feeling. Severe negative consequences stemming from the behavior. These are the things. Very frequently we can see in the campus of college, on the street, and in a mall, and in picture halls. We can see these are the social and behavioral problems which is going on due to the excessive use of mobile phones. Severe withdrawal or feeling of irritability and anxiety when the behavior isn't practiced. Relapse or picking up the habit again after periods of avoidance. When they avoid the mobile phone, sometimes they follow the instruction of their parents or their teachers, and for the college rules, but after a few minutes or after 1 hour, they again start their behavior, repeating that behavior and using the mobile phone very rapidly and making calls and texts. So these are the behavior occurring in the society. You can see the person is in love with it. The person is with his love, and her love, but they both are engaged in their mobile. The community sitting together, but everyone is having their own world and sitting together, but having their own world with their mobiles. Now you can see the perfect selfie. It is also addiction these days in our society. 259 deaths recorded from 2011 to 2018 global study by US National Library of Medicine. Selfie zones and dangerous work. Many of the people died, and the data says 259 people died by this activity. This is also a very bad thing for social. And now I will switch on this slide. Psychological and emotional problems due to mobile phone. There is a new type of phobia that is called nomophobia. Fear of being without your mobile phone, A group of Italy has suggested that nomophobia be added in the 5th version of DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, DSM-5. Nomophobia. Many of the students, many of the people have some anxiety and develop anxiety when they become away from the mobile phone. They become afraid. They are isolated from the society. No one is calling me. On Facebook, I make a post and no one likes me. This is nomophobia. There is anxiety relating to the sudden loss of the cellular connection. It is also, the phone is inside the pocket, but the connection is not there. It is called nomophobia. Very much disastrous. This thing is very useful also, but very disastrous also. There is a new term that is called textaphonia. Fear of that you can't send or receive the texts. If a person, the mobile is away from him, there is anxiety and phobia develops in his mind, and that is called textaphonia. Fear of that. He can't send a text, he can't receive a text. Researcher says it is just like a tsunami which will attack in our society very soon. And there is another symptom occurs in the mobile users. Phantom vibration, feeling that your phone is alerting you when it really isn't. It's a type of illusion, or I can say the hallucination. There is nothing, the object is nowhere, but the person is feeling. The mobile is alerting, mobile is ringing. This is called phantom vibration. Psychologists found in researches that mobile phones create stress. It damages the amygdala, corpus callosum, hippocampal. These are all the parts of limbic system. I will not go through the detail. I will not go in detail, but these are the parts you can search in the mobile, in your internet, and you can find due to the mobile phone, the emotional part, the emotional brain, human brain affected by the mobile phone, and it creates lots of stress. And the stress causes the amnesia. Amnesia or affect the memory. Amnesia is a disease which is concerned with loss of memory. This is also a part of excessive use of mobile phone. A study by National Institute of Health in the US suggests that mobile phones could have an effect on brain. Many of the studies, I will not discuss on this. These personality traits includes low self-esteem, low impulse control, anxiety, depression, being highly extroverted. These are the personality factors may affect it by the excessive use of mobile phone. Now I will switch to this. Check. Are you a mobile addict? Check. Are you a mobile addict? Mobile phone addict? You reach. Here's some questions. I put some questions. Pay some more attention to them. You reach for your phone the moment you are alone or bored. If you don't have your mobile, you become bored. And you feel a loneliness. It indicates you are addicted with your mobile. You wake up multiple times at night to check your phone. Has it happened with you? It means you are addicted with your mobile. You feel anxious, upset, or short-tempered when you can't get your phone. Has it happened with you? If it happens with you, check the use and reduce the use of your mobile phone. Your phone use has caused you to have an accident or injury. Have you remembered any accident or injury due to your mobile phone? It means you are addicted with your mobile phone. This list is used by many of researchers for checking the addiction. Are you hiding your mobile phone from your parents and using it inside the bed, inside the blanket? If it is happening with you, it means you are addicted with your mobile. You are spending more and more time using your phone. All the time in the day. All the leisure time, not only the leisure time, during the study period, during the working period, after every class, end of the class, you are using the mobile phone. It means you are addicted with your mobile phone. Phone use interferes with your job during the office hour, during the job hour. If you are using the mobile phone unnecessarily, it is the indication of mobile addiction. It will hamper your performance, your schoolwork, and your relationships also. It is very harmful. So reduce the unnecessary use of mobile phone. In this era, in 21st century, I can't say you don't use the mobile phone. It is not important. It is not useful. It is not possible. I can't say. These days, it is our necessity, and we must use the mobile phone in a good manner, not in excessive manner. People in your life are concerned about your phone use patterns. If someone tells you, keep the mobile and talk with me, many times, if 3 times you listen this sentence, it means you are mobile addicted, you become a mobile addicted, and you work on this. It is a learned habit. It's a learning. That is why we are using lots of time and spending more time in the use of mobile. So it is a learned behavior, and every learned behavior can change by practice. So you must change the pattern of your behavior. When you try to limit your use, you relapse quickly. You watch, whenever you try to limit your use of mobile, it relapses. You again using the mobile in a very frequent manner. So it is the sign you are addicted with your mobile. So reduce. There, something, the child is sleeping and the girl is sleeping. There is a big gathering and the person is taking selfie. This is also very harmful. Every time the adolescent girls are using the mobile and the kid is watching the mobile phone with the blue radiation is on his eyes, and parents are very much anxious due to this behavior. So it is very important to reduce the use of mobile. These days, we can't spare mobile from our lives, but we can reduce the use of that. Suggestions to solve the problem. I don't know how much the suggestions are useful, because the reduction of addiction, reducing the addiction pattern of behavior is needed. It needs the determination. If you are determined, you can solve the problem. If you are not determined, it will again tempt you and you will involve yourself in using the mobile phone. So first, you check, are you a mobile addict? And if you find you are having mobile addiction, check by this list. Then after you make a determination and follow these suggestions. Teenage call. Cell phone addiction is not easy to deal. It's very simple. Teenagers addiction problem can't solve easily. It needs more attention, Parents should become a friend of his or her teen. Why addiction develops? When the child of the family, it's the responsibility of parents. When the child of a family rejected or ignored by their parents, they search some other ways to entertain themselves. And these days, mobile is very easily available in the house. So parents' responsibilities begins here. Parents should become a friend of his or her teen. Via friendly behavior, we can reduce the addiction. Treat your child as you would treat an adult. Your child is not a crib baby. You treat them like an adult and make them friend and teach them how the mobile is harmful for their brain functions, for their daily life. We must use the mobile phones, but in a restricted way. Parents can do. All the same time, show your authority. You are the authority of your child, and you must show the authority before your child. Okay?
Yeah.
Become a positive example. You're telling your child don't use the mobile and you are using frequently. It is not a good thing. You become a model, then your child will follow you. So make yourself a model of your child. Most of the child learn via imitation. If you are using the mobile rapidly, your child will use the mobile rapidly. If your use is restricted, your child will use restrictedly. So make yourself a model and follow the rules of house, make a home rule and follow that. Another good solution to teen cell phone addiction is setting a limit on the internet available data. It is also a way you can use in reducing, monitor their mobile activity. It is also a way to rid the excessive use of mobile. Use a headset. Don't use the mobile phone directly. Use a headphone or a headset during the use of mobile phone. It will least the problems, release the harm, I think. It will lessen the harm. Some more suggestions are there in the website Healthline. Turn off your wireless router at night to minimize exposure to radiation, or simply keep the phone outside the room. Eat green vegetables and get a good night's sleep in a dark room. It is suggestible. Dark room to enhance natural repair of DNA that may have been damaged by your cell phone. Sleep in a dark room that can manage or repair your DNA damaged by the cell phone radiation. Never text and drive. This holds true regardless of radiation. And use especially adapted antennas for car to avoid absorbing maximum power as the phone moves from one cell system to another. It is very harmful. There are so many cases reported in different police stations during the driving. The driver used the mobile phone, and that is why the accident occurred. And in the last slide, mobile phones are the need of today's life, but I want to say phones should be slaves, not the masters. With these words, I want to stop my sharing. Is there any question about these things? And some other suggestions I want to assume. I stop the sharing, and then after Roshan,
Yeah.
can I stop?
Yeah, of course, ma'am. And there's a request from the participants. If they have any queries, doubts, they can very well ask from ma'am. She is here to answer.
Have you any question?
Yes.
Girls,
Participants,
any doubts? Girls,
Yes.
any doubts?
Is it helpful or not?
Ma'am, really, we are so thankful to you. Why? Because whatever the information which you have given, really it would be very nice if the parents also would have joined. Why? Because whatever the points you have told regarding from small babies to the big ones, even how the sugar levels increase, the mindsets, memory power also will decrease in such a ratio. Really, sugar is the one disease which will kill the complete body body, ma'am. So the same way, the addiction which each and every the present youth, what I mean to say, the present youth till the old ones, elder ones, where they are not even having the time pass. They are maximum with the YouTube channels and all. So in order to avoid this, we need to build the physical relationship, that is physically greeting each other, saying hi. How many of us are really physically wishing mom and dad? No. But we people, right from the morning, early at with the wiping with our eyes only, what we do, good morning messages we keep. How far it is correct? Let us question each and every one on ourselves in our minds. So whatever you have given the information which is really apt to this present situation which you have told, really we treat it as a golden words, ma'am, and we need to follow the words which you have given, and at the same time we need to take care of our health wise also.
Also, because it is hampering, it is damaging the brain directly.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
the
Yes.
Body is controlled by brain, and if we lose our control by the brain, it will create a lot of mess. This is the early period. Everyone knows the eye is damaged by the mobile phone, and the body is damaged by some fingers are shrinking in their size and their thickness, but no one think about that. There is some problem happening. There are lots of problem happening in the brain. So it is very important, the temporal lobe, the frontal lobe, the occipital lobe. We just say the eye problem because the using of mobile phone, excessive use of mobile phone. No, not only the eyes are damaged, it is damaging the occipital lobe here. The occipital lobe, the hearing problem, it is occurring in a baby, in a child, in adolescent and older people. It is not only the hearing problem, it is damaging the nerves of auditory sense. It is situated in the temporal lobe. The cognitive function, if your child is not listening your instruction and not following the instruction, it means there is some cognitive problem, the attention problem, the memory problem. So it all is connected with the brain. So the topic is very important. We all are source is inside the brain due to the antenna, due to the Wi-Fi, we can't remove the mobile from our lives, but we can reduce the extra use of mobiles. Just scrolling the Facebook, just seeing the quotations, just saying, no, it is not good. You use the book, you use the different gadget, books are the best friend. You can use that, but these days we are not doing. Before leaving the bed, we are searching how many likes we have from and how many texts, and good morning, good night, good morning, good night. This is not good for our health, I think so. So
And
it's my
really, ma'am, whatever you have told is exactly right. From this session, everybody has understood the keynotes of this important national level webinar. And the last word which you have uttered, physically, you should treat your books as your best friend.
yes,
Really. That
yes,
needs to be underlined, ma'am. That needs to be underlined. Why? Because today and tomorrow, no best friends at all. Why? Because if
no,
any information is being shared, that is becoming like a rumor to each and everyone. So
yes,
that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen means we are supposed to maintain our relationship with books. Again, we need to get back to the olden days.
yeah,
Maintain your
books are
diaries
the best friend.
Yes, every day write a note, whatever you have done. That should be practiced. And the last word, books are the best friends, is noted as the best note. Thank you
Yes.
so much, ma'am. Again, we have got back to the olden days, dairy days. Thank you so much. And sir, Roshan sir,
Yeah,
any
yes, ma'am.
word from you?
Of course, ma'am. Actually, I would like to thank your department and especially Shakila ma'am for organizing this event in such efficient way. And I think you'll be knowing this. I am the engineering graduate. I did my BTech from the Department of Electronics and Communication and MTech from Embedded Systems. So this mobile phone was actually my domain. And ma'am told in the way of psychology and this thing in general way, but technically also she is too correct. I'll tell you, there is a
Yes.
phenomenon where the mobile phone tower connected with one mobile phone, when the mobile phone changes the circle, then this process is called as handoff, where one phone is connected with one tower, and when it goes to some other circle and it gets connected to another mobile tower, that is called as handoff. So during the handoff, a huge amount of radiation surge comes to our
Yes.
brain. So that is really very, very harmful. And sometimes the people think that, okay, the phone is simply lying, there is no call is coming on that. Still, it is very dangerous for the people and for the brain. And now the time is where the people are in.
Blackly.
Yeah,
Frequently, it changes the circles.
yes,
So it's very harmful,
yes,
and it can make severe accidents also.
exactly. And you know that this is the time when the people are texting each other from next room. And that is really ironically bad that the people are so stick to the phones, they are not even coming physically to talk with the people. So really this session is going to be very useful for the people, the students who are going to be the young parents soon. So really it is going to give a correct direction to the generations which is going to come back. Thank you, ma'am, for organizing this event in such efficient way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And I would convey my heartful thanks to my management, our principal, Dr. Sister Marietta Di Mello, and the staff, our department staff, whoever have coordinated with me in gathering all the students and they are listening, each and every one. As sir told, today's girls will be tomorrow's mothers,
Yeah.
parents, and I would hope so. Each and every girl child will take these precautions in maintaining their mobiles near their children and the members in the family also. So, and ma'am, thank you so much for giving your time, your precious time in educating and getting awareness on this topic. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving your time, and I would like to continue these type of sessions with you in the near future also.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for
It
completing
is
the
also a thing of pleasure for me, and it's a big opportunity to make a contact with you. But I can't deny the virtual meeting across the boundary, across the state and boundaries, uh, comes come true due to the
definitely, ma'am.
gadgets.
Physically, definitely, we are waiting for you in the physical presence in our campus also. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being with us in the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Sir,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, girls, you can leave. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation and all the best, girls. Thank you.